So in speaking to a lot of you and in noticing my own concerns and feelings about what's going on with this coronavirus, it's very clear that we are in a state of concern, of fear, of confusion, of anger in how to deal with this whole situation. I'm going to assume that this is a new situation for the majority of us, and I think that not knowing is probably half of the reason that we're all feeling so out of control. I was talking to some coworkers, and we thought that it might be beneficial to have a question and answer kind of discussion where maybe I can help and not necessarily clarify, but maybe give you some tools and look at some ways that we can navigate through this so it's not such a terrifying ordeal. I don't pretend to have all the answers, for sure. I also get scared. I also get apprehensive. I also have incredible wonderment about what the future holds with this. But I also know that just being in the psychological and in the emotional arena, it really helps to talk and just share some of our feelings with another person. That person may be neutral, that person may be a family member, but just the fact of talking and communicating can be very beneficial. Some of the things that people have asked me are things like, how do I get over my fear of the future? And one thing I do want to share is that I'm now seeing the world in a state of anticipatory anxiety. Everything is about the future and the worry about what the future holds. And my suggestion for this that I'm practicing, and it takes practice, is to take this one step at a time. If we start to look at the big picture here, this is when it can get incredibly overwhelming. And this is a time when all of us, every single person on the planet really, because this is an international as well as a national issue, is to practice peace and practice patience. Because there is going to be no other time in life, hopefully, where we're going to have to just scale back and follow protocol and follow rules and regulations as far as handling this. That brings up another issue, which is so many of you have said to me, I feel so out of control. And one of the reasons that we do feel out of control is because we didn't ask for this. Not one person has asked to be quarantined in their home for 14 days or to be socially distant. And so my suggestion is that when you start to feel panicked or anxious about having to stay in one place or control being taken away from you, try and find things in your life where you do have control. If that means cleaning out closets during this period, if that means looking at new recipes to cook if you have the items at home to use, if it means spending more time with family, this is what matters now within the next 2 to 3 weeks, possibly 2 to 3 months. But what we tend to do as humans is we tend to feel trapped. And so we want to alleviate feeling trapped by doing whatever we can to distract ourselves and to feel in control in our environment. This is a situation that is devastating to many people on many different levels. People are scared that they're going to get the virus. People are scared that they're going to be talking to somebody who has the virus and then they're going to get the virus. People are also wondering about their children and how to deal with their children, being at home. And many people are dealing with issues of employment. Unfortunately, this virus is now a personal plight. This is a situation where we're looking at people's finances, we're looking at people's individual employment, we're looking at people's family dynamics, and this gets to a very vulnerable place because it really is personal. And so these are some of the questions and some of the things that I would like to talk about and address. And if you have any specific questions, please feel free to reach out and hopefully I can maybe answer some, certainly give some coping skills so that we can manage this as best that we can.